Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of NC-17. My name is Josh. Lisa's out doing her thing, which is always a good thing. Today is going to be a movie review for Fuzzy Monkey Productions' Killer Campout Part 2. It's directed by Brad Twigg, came out in 2024, and it is an hour and 33 minutes long. So story is there's these three like heavy metal rock people that want to, just like heavy metal kids that want to go resurrect this known entity. I'll say it like that. Uh, but unbeknownst to them, yeah, they're opening a world of hell. And at the same time, there's a camp not near, or not too far by, that's where it got a group of people that are coming for like a spiritual reawakening for to cleanse their souls, and no longer be angry and stuff like that. Uh, yeah, it's a good movie. It has some funny stuff in it, just as much as it has the gore and the blood and guts and all that good stuff. Uh, it does star someone who's going to be on the show. I reached out to her. She has agreed to be on the show. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced the last name, but it's Melissa Sapenzia. She has agreed to come on the show. She plays Nancy, one of the uh, people who attend the camp. So they resurrect this being, entity, this killer. This guy who just doesn't care. And well, he starts going around and dispatching people, namely everyone. But it was a good movie on the pretenses of you had awesome practical effects. I love practical effects. I mean, I like CGI. It's cool, but after seeing so much of it, I am always going to welcome practical effects. That to me is where it's at. Uh, and they didn't shy away from like the blood splatter and the gore and stuff like that. That was all in there. It had everything that you're everything you could want in a horror movie. So I would say it's horror slash comedy. So as this person is starting to like go after them, they got to try to figure out a way to survive, and they got to figure out how to evade terror in more than ways than just one. I mean, there's some plot twists in there. I don't want to give away anything for people who haven't seen it. I would definitely suggest seeing it. You could go on Amazon Prime, and I think you could rent it or buy it from there. One of the two. But definitely worth watching. Uh, Practical effects were spot on almost everything. Uh, you could tell this movie was in the vein of like Shaun of the Dead minus the zombies, if that makes sense. And it's on the level of being, like one of the best independent, movies I've seen. I mean, I liked it. I watch a lot of movies, obviously, but it was good, and all the acting was. There were certain people in the movie, certain characters in the movie. I was like, yeah, I can't wait for this person to get offed or whatever. But I mean, for the most part, it was like I got it. I mean, there was one character who got lucky quite a few times in the movie, where that dude got lucky. But yeah, it had your typical, well, not typical. It had your every horror cliche in there. Not cliche, but it had every character you could have in there. It had the the nice person, the mean person. I mean, everyone. Uh, One of my favorite lines is said by Nancy, and it's at the campfire scene, but I'm not going to say it because I want to be able to talk to Melissa about it when she does come on. It's actually, she's got quite a few of the best lines, to be honest, and I'm not just saying that. Like, there's a lot of stuff in there that she knows it. Uh, Tim Hell, he did good. He played Craig. Uh, this also had what's his name? I'm sorry. Rick Germain, who's been in quite a few movies I've seen. And he's low key becoming one of my favorite actors in movies. And he always plays like a sub character, which is perfectly fine. But the dude has acting chops above and beyond. You know, he knows how to play a terrifying person, and he also knows how to play a victim because he is a victim in a lot of movies. But definitely worth watching. Now I rate my movies 1 to 10, 1 being worst, 10 being best. Uh, there's very few films that hit 10. Sorry, I just spat. Oh, my bad. There are very few films that reach a 10. This one, because they did not shy away from like the blood splatter, which awesome. Had everything a horror movie should want, should need, and yeah, you got to watch the movie to figure out what I'm talking about. Had some good one-liners, had some awesome screams, had some funny stuff in there that is probably gonna stick for a while. I'm not gonna say what, but all in all, it was a good movie. So I'm gonna give this one a strong 8. And coming out they were coming out, you know, like strong, because even in the opening credits they had like stuff from the first one, and I'm like, okay, you know, I'm sold. Uh, I want to say that there's potentially room for a part 3, at least. Well, they leave it open ended. Uh, but yeah, it was definitely worth watching, and it does get a strong 8. I would say go rent it, go buy it. Either way, on Amazon Prime, you will not be disappointed. And if you are disappointed, I'm sorry, but I don't think you will be. In my opinion, you won't be. But definitely check it out, and just show indie film, whether it be horror, comedy, drama, whatever. Just show indie film love, because that's where it's at right now, in my opinion. I mean, it's just my opinion. We all have a right to our own opinions, but independent film is where it's at right now, and independent horror is killing it right now. No pun intended. But definitely check it out. And if you do watch it, you know, leave a comment if you've watched it already, you know, and if you liked it or if you didn't like it, just leave a comment. Let us know. Please, but also like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. You know, it helps us stick around and do what we do, and we love doing what we do. But yeah, definitely worth watching. Strong 8. Uh, so look for the interview later on for with Melissa Sepenzia. I hope I'm saying that correctly, and if I'm not, I do apologize. We're gonna go more in depth on the film, but for now, check it out. Amazon Prime, rent or buy. I prefer buy, so then you never gotta rent it again or anything, and you can own it forever. That's what I did. But definitely worth a watch. Definitely worth a like, in my opinion. So until next time, everybody, stay NC-17.